Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and obviously, if you've been following me and you've been following the news of the day, I just did a video breaking down the latest whitewash by the New York Times and Conor McGregor and his latest sexual assault allegation, right? But what I really want to do right now is talk dangers of hero worship, and not just in regards to Conor McGregor, really anybody out there. The first thing I'm going to say is you watching, right? You're responsible for you, nobody else. And I mean, you try to bring those up around you, your brothers, your sisters, your spouse, your girlfriend, your children, as well as possible. But we're all flawed, right? We all make mistakes. There is nobody that is 100% perfect. I am one of those people. I'm a very flawed human being. I am so far from perfect. I make mistakes all the time. I try to do the right thing, but that doesn't mean I always do. Okay? And that's why it's important that when you're a fan of somebody or you enjoy somebody's work, you have to separate that from the person. Okay? And what do I mean? Well, just graduation today, and even this week, since again I was the first person in the United States to actually cover the story, right? You should see what's in my DMs and the utter denial and cognitive dissonance of so many people out there that are simply fanboys, right? And that's not just for McGregor. Let me put it into another context. When you start to hero worship, let me give you an example. Say people that are supporting Bernie Sanders right now. You obfuscate the fact that Bernie Sanders, when he won the DNC primaries in 2016, he refused to challenge Hillary Clinton. Instead, he went along to get along, right? And now, in this election, when he's been asked about Julian Assange, he refuses to comment other than to say he's aware of the situation. You can't hero worship. Now, let me bring up somebody now who's in the news that I actually like a lot of what she's saying. Tulsi Gabbard. I think Tulsi Gabbard, by far, is, is the best person up on the DNC stage. It's not even ballpark. Okay, it's not. I want to make that abundantly clear. It's not ballpark, okay? Now, with that being said, there are big problems with Tulsi Gabbard and things like a universal basic income. I'm not a fan of her relationship to the Council on Foreign Relations, okay? And because I'm not hero worshiping, I have a position where I can bring up those problems and hopefully we can have an intelligent discussion about it. It's the same thing with Donald Trump. I openly talk about the fact that in 2016 I voted for Trump a lot because of what he was talking about, getting us out of the wars and a non-interventionist policy, right? But that has not stopped me from being critical when I don't like his moves in the Middle East, in Syria, or what's going on in Venezuela. Why? Because he's not my hero. It's not hero worship. Now, right now, in regards to McGregor, right, and the hero worship surrounding him, a lot of kids look up to Conor McGregor. They play him on the video games. You know, they emulate his behavior. And don't get me wrong, sports is entertainment. I'm not trying to say that should be different. But when you look at what's going on with him outside of the cage, and that he's a large draw, and that he's supported by companies like WME Entertainment and Disney, he's a product. That's all he is. And right now is what you're seeing is a PR spin to try to keep that product viable to make money. And that's an issue, you know? Let's talk about some other heroes out there that I know have big followings, but at the same time, again, I don't do hero worship. That's why it's hashtag be your own hero. Alex Jones. Alex Jones, as you guys know, produced several of my films. I was the first person that he ever gave a show to via InfoWars. It's me, okay? He did a lot of good things, and I've acknowledged those things, okay? He was one of the first people to be vocal about 9/11 and how we were lied to in the past. However, when you start to hero worship somebody like that, then when they lie to you, and they lie to you, he's lied about me, I mean, on air, you take his defense, and anytime somebody is critical of one of the things he says, like, you know, that bombing campaign that happened in the Middle East shortly after Trump's presidency, which, which, you know, Jones tried to call presidential, wouldn't call him out. Okay, that's a problem. So you have to remember, you have to separate the ideas from people who are in political power or media power from the person. And you have to separate the actions of somebody outside of a sport with you supporting them inside the MMA cage or on the baseball field. And that's just a reality. And the more people do that, the more they realize, come on, Carm, stop. Stop trying to eat grass. Sorry, I got my baby girl here, and she's on that grass eating train. Stop. No grass. It's difficult for me when I'm getting these things in DMs. For instance, a lot of people are saying that these are just rumors still and that there is no evidence. And guys, there's all the evidence in the world. There's all the details in the world. People are trying to say there aren't details in the case. No, there's plenty of details. There's plenty of details. And there are those who want to obfuscate the truth and say, well, your evidence isn't real, or you can't be trusted, or it's not verified. And again, everything I put out there, everything, there's a source, and you can make your own decision. You can have your own discernment. You're a human being like I am. Nobody's stopping you from doing the same research I did and somehow pointing out things that may have you come to a separate conclusion. And that's positive. You know, like I've always talked about, I'm all for free speech. I'm not for deplatforming anybody. You know, I came to the side of InfoWars and Jones and others when that began to happen. I think it's a very dangerous precedent to be set. That being said, again, all human beings are fallible. All human beings make mistakes. All human beings struggle with certain aspects of morality. And none of us, I repeat, none of us are perfect. So in light of that, I'll say it again. Try to do your best every day. Try to be your own hero so that when you wake up in the morning, you go, wow, you know, I achieved something. I feel good about that. I think that was a positive thing. I had a positive impact. And day by day, you can start to become that person, that hero that you think of. I know that not all of us are going to win the World Series. I know that most of us aren't going to be cage champions. Not all of us are going to be huge radio personalities or congressmen or secretary of state or president of the United States. But what we can do is try to strive for a better tomorrow in our own lives. And that's really what's important. Because at the end of the day, man, we are all dust in the wind. Nobody makes it out alive. Nobody. I ain't going to make it out alive. You ain't making it out alive. None of these people we just discussed are going to make it out alive. Period. So you have to take yourself away from certain false idols that in many cases the media creates, that the media promotes, because again, it makes them money. You know, it's not just that Conor McGregor is making WME, the UFC, ESPN, and Disney all this money. All those people that are reporting on him, that are doing stories, etc., on the fights that might come up, those organizations are making money too. This is the mainstream media industrial complex that I talk about, the technopoly. And if you don't think that they're withholding tons of information on tons of different subjects, well, the Conor McGregor rape allegations are seriously just a microcosm of what is truly out there. And that being said, guys, I hope you thumbs this video up. 87 watching, only 26 thumbs. Let's get it to 50 before I stop going live. I'd really appreciate that. You can see all my work for free. I'm a documentary filmmaker. Loose Change, Final Cut, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, Shade the Motion Picture, and of course, Fabled Enemies, all on this channel in the documentary section. And if you'd like to see my latest work on McGregor, it's the video before this, or just go to the MMA playlist section and see that I've been reporting on this stuff since January, and I think it's important. And if you want to support my work, I'm doing it one way. It's not a Patreon. It's not a Subscribe Star. It's a GoFundMe, a monthly GoFundMe to try to expand this operation, take it from 35,000 plus subs to 40,000 plus to 50,000 plus and 100,000 plus, and try to get it out there. Adboxer1, you know I'm no hero. I'm no hero, guys. Hashtag be your own hero. I'll see you guys on the flip side.